Welcome to Forgotten Seasons, a brand new series where I take you through the archives into a time machine and go back in time to seasons which has easily been forgotten amongst fans. And the only really place to start is 2014-2015 Real Madrid, who made history and break records whether collectively or individually by some players. However, they left with 0 major trophies and their manager got sacked. But what really happened? Before I go any further, do not forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment any other seasons which you want me to cover. Real Madrid entered 2014-2015 after just winning the historic La Decima, a trophy which they've tried desperately to win every single season since 2002. Players have left, players have come, no luck. Managers left, managers have come in, still no luck. Presidents left, presidents came back, still no luck. And then a manager came in with a previous track record and delivered perhaps the greatest achievement he's ever done, and Real Madrid got what they wanted. The expectation for the following season was very clear to Ancelotti, and that was to retain, plain and simple. The 10th has finally come home. Let's now concentrate on the 11th. Paris and Madrid was locked in from early, as Madrid was trying to do something that no team in the Champions League era had done, and that is going back to back. And that consisted of teams such as Pep's Barca, Jose's Inter, Ancelotti's Madrid, the first Madrid Galacticos, Sir Alex United, or the greats in the 90s of Ajax and Milan, and Paris was looking to change that. And the season started in the best possible of ways. Zidane, who Madrid knows very well, got given the chances to become the assistant manager after spending a year with the Castilla, which is Madrid's academy team. And in July, the World Cup ended, and if you guys know Perez very well, he is no stranger to signing players who delivers and shines in the World Cup, most notably signing Ozil after the World Cup in 2010 and R9 after 2002. And then boom, Madrid made the first signing. The German World Cup winner, Toni Kroos, was signed from Bayern for 30 million euros. The first summer signing of the season. And you think Perez was done with the World Cup? He was just getting started. 2 weeks later, Real Madrid broke the bank by signing James Rodriguez, who absolutely lit up the World Cup with Colombia. Madrid signed him for 75 million euros, the fourth most expensive signing at that time, behind Gareth Bale, Cristiano Ronaldo and Luis Suarez. Perez then made his third summer signing, and yet again another World Cup standout performer in Keylor Navas from Levante, who was looking to come in and rival the great Iker Casillas' position. Madrid was then ready to start the season off with a trophy, as they were looking to face Sevilla for the European Super Cup, and the lineup created some media speculation, as the midfield consisted of 2 of the summer signings of Toni Kroos, James Rodriguez and Luka Modric. Madrid won the game 2-0 with a brace from the Balon d'Or winner of 2024, Cristiano Ronaldo, who started the season how he left off. But despite the win, the questions from the media was aimed to the players who did not participate, in Angel Di Maria and Xabi Alonso, 2 players who was vital in Madrid's success the year before the Champions League, especially the Argentinian, who had adapted into a new role and became an important figure in that midfield. Carlo gave a typical Carlo answer, calm and collected, and said everyone will be given a chance as the season is very long, and that Madrid has been working for weeks to give Di Maria a new contract. A week later, Madrid compete for the second title of the season, the Spanish Super Cup, and a rematch of the Champions League final against Atleti. And Carlo made some changes. Alonso was returned to the starting 11, but there was no place for Angel Di Maria. Madrid lost, and Carlo announced immediately after the game that Di Maria has rejected the contract offer from Real Madrid and that he's asked to leave 10 days before the end of the window. And one thing about Perez, if you guys don't know, he never caves in and never keeps players who does not want to stay. Perez accepted Di Maria's wishes and sold him to United for 75 million euros. But the biggest shock came 2 days later when Alonso told Perez he wants to leave too. Bayern came in with an offer of 10 million for Alonso, whose contract was going to finish that season, and he made it very clear he had no interest to extend. Very similar fashion to how he left Liverpool to Madrid in the first place in 2009. And on that same day, Madrid visited Sociedad at Anoeta, and after leading 2-0 after 10 minutes, Madrid thought that would be perfectly fine with Alonso and Di Maria leaving. But that changed straight away. Sociedad made a remarkable comeback and scored 2 at the end of the first half, and then 2 in the second half, with Carlos Vela scoring the dagger in the 76th minute for Madrid's first loss of the La Liga season. Things didn't go well for Madrid as they hosted Atleti in the next fixture at the Bernabeu, and Atleti shocked the crowd when Artur Turan scored the winner in the 77th minute, and whistle started already. Only 3 games in, and the Spanish media started with the headlines that the midfield of Kroos, Modric and James does not work, and AS made a poll asking Madrid fans whether they would want to keep the same players or bring Di Maria back, and the Argentinian received a stunning 26,905 votes compared to James's 9,231. Carlo was not phased at all and knew Madrid would get back to the winning ways with all the talent which they had. They just needed to figure out the balance, something which you can say is very similar to the season Carlo's having today at Real Madrid. Rather than asking James to do what Di Maria did, Carlo asked James to be himself, play more advanced, and from there, the wins started to come in. Madrid bounced back with a win in the first game of the Champions League, beating Basel 5-1 with a goal from James. Days later, Madrid went to Deportivo and produced the best display of the season, beating them 8-2 with a hat-trick of Ronaldo and James yet again scoring. And the wins for Madrid started to come in, game after game, week after week, month after month, no matter the competition, whether it was La Liga, the Champions League, Copa del Rey or the Club World Cup. Real Madrid went on a 22-game winning streak, which included a 3-1 win against Barcelona's MSN, the longest ever streak in the history, and at that time the longest in Europe for 30 years. Madrid finished December leading the league. They won all of the 6 Champions League group stages. They had won the 2 of the Copa del Rey games, and they won the second trophy of the season by winning the Club World Cup, which marked their historic 22-game winning streak. Things was looking perfect for Real Madrid, except for one little thing. During the win streak, Luka Modric experienced one of his worst injuries in his career during the international breaks with Croatia in November, and his thigh injury ruled him out for 3.5 months, which meant he would be back in March. Madrid managed to play without him, but the competition was only Malaga, Eibar, Almeria and Basel, games that they should be winning with or without Luka Modric. When Luka went down, Real Madrid was forced to line up with a midfield of James, Isco and Toni Kroos, 3 midfielders who was never labelled as defensive-minded midfielders. But it had worked out for a short period of time, but an away trip to Mestalla against Valencia was going to be the toughest challenge yet. Madrid started the game well with Ronaldo scoring in the 14th minute. 10 minutes later, Ronaldo had a chance to make it 2-0. But his attempt went wide, which proved to be decisive. Valencia started the second half firing and equalised with a Barragan deflection early on. Minutes later, Bale had a wonderful chance to make it 2-1, going 2 versus 1 with the keeper, with Benzema standing beside him, but he took way too long on the ball, and the defender managed to clear it. And straight after this, Otamendi made a 2-1 with a bullet header, and Valencia shocked the world by not only ending Madrid's 22-game winning streak, but beating them too. For Madrid, the evening became a little bit better when Barcelona lost away to Anoeta too, which meant that the gap didn't really change and Madrid was given a lifeline. Madrid's bad week continued when Atleti knocked them out from the Copa del Rey, Madrid's third defeat to Atleti, a feat which has never happened before, as Atleti made history by beating Madrid 3 times in a row. However, Simeone wasn't done, and he wanted more blood and revenge after what happened in the Champions League final the season before. On the 7th of February, Atleti hosted Real Madrid at Vicente Calderón in the worst possible state for Real Madrid. Madrid was hit with an injury crisis just before the game. Alongside Luka being out, Ramos was out for 5 weeks with a torn muscle and James was out for 7 weeks with a fracture. And Atleti took advantage. Not only did they beat Madrid by 1, by 2, by 3, but 4. The largest defeat for Madrid in 4 years and the largest defeat against Atleti in 26 years, which also meant Atleti had beaten Madrid 4 times this season. Madrid bounced back by going away to Schalke and beat them 2-0 in the first leg of the knockout stage with goals from Ronaldo and Marcelo. But if you thought Madrid's January was bad, the March was even worse. Madrid kickstarted the month by drawing at home to Villarreal 1-1, a game which Madrid would regret with the several misses which included 2 massive chances from Ronaldo. But the worst one coming to Jesse towards the end of the match, where a mistake from the goalkeeper gifted him with a glorious opportunity which he, went wide, and Madrid's lead in La Liga went from 4 points to 2 points, with Barcelona creeping from behind slowly and gradually. A week later, an injury hit Madrid went to San Mamés to face Bilbao. Madrid was eager to bounce back, but that didn't last long when they went down a goal in the 26th minute from no other than the man who loves scoring in big games, Aduriz. Madrid kept trying with chances from Ronaldo, Isco and an attempt from Bale which hit the post, but it wasn't enough, and I still can't forget the attempt from Lucas Silva in the 93rd minute when Ronaldo was wide open on the right hand side. That was the first and last time that we saw Lucas Silva wear a Madrid shirt. This defeat meant Barca had the chance to take the lead for the first time this season if they managed to beat Rayo at home, and they didn't waste any time by beating them 6-1 with a hat-trick from Leo Messi. And a few days later, Madrid's season could have gone from worst to the worst ever when Huntelaar scored Schalke's 4th goal in the 83rd minute to make the game 4-3 to Schalke in the second leg at the Bernabeu. Schalke now needed one more goal to tie the game in aggregate, and if they did, Schalke would have qualified by away goals and would have completed the greatest shock in Champions League history. And the moment was there when Howardis was left wide open inside the box and his volley was saved. Madrid survived and the boos from the crowd started to erupt, despite Madrid going through. The Champions League draw was made a few days later, and Madrid was drawn with a team which they were praying to avoid. The one team that had beaten them 4 times already this season, Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinals. Madrid had 4 weeks to prepare for that, and their attention was turned to the league to try to regain the lead after beating Levante at home 2-0 to go above Barcelona for 24 hours. Barca beat Elche the following day to climb back first in the league. And the script writers got what they wanted. A week later, Madrid went to Nou Camp in the most anticipated match of the season in the league, Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Only 1 point separated them. Madrid managed to get Modric and Ramos back from injury just in time, but they weren't 100% fit. But Carlo was forced to take the risk in a sold-out Nou Camp with over 100,000 people at the stadium inside. The atmosphere was so incredible that even I felt it just from watching from TV. Madrid started strong with a lovely work from Benzema setting up Ronaldo, but his attempt hit the woodwork. Isco then had a chance that went slightly wide and Madrid kept pressuring before Barcelona took the lead in the 90th minute when Mateo took the lead with a header from a great delivery from Neymar. Madrid didn't panic despite the pressure from Barcelona and the crowd, and with a wonderful counter-attack created by no other than Luka Modric, Madrid managed to get a goal back from Cristiano after an exceptional backheel assist by Benzema. Madrid kept the pressure on and some scrappy play inside the box from Ramos, and Benzema managed to find a cross to Bale, which he finished beautifully but was called offside. Not from Bale, but Ronaldo, who was unfortunate, who touched it with his head. Madrid kept attacking with Ronaldo trying from far, and then Bale seconds later had a chance inside the box but his attempt went wide. First half ended with Madrid being on top, with most of the chances coming from their side, and the second half started the same. Benzema had a great opportunity after a brilliant 1-2 with Ronaldo, but his shot was denied well by Bravo. And then later on, Dani Alves found Suarez, and Suarez, with the most typical Suarez of touches, took it down beautifully and managed to slip it past Casillas, who dived way too early and way too easy, and Barcelona got their second and managed to hold on, and the 1 point advantage became 4, and the league was heading to Catalonia. Madrid ended up winning 9 of the next league games, scoring 40 goals in 10 games, which is 4 goals per game, which is insane if you actually think about it. Barca matched it with 8 wins of their own in 10 games, and Barca went on to win another league title, which was the first trophy of a historic season for them. Madrid only hope was the Champions League, and all their eyes now turned to the first leg against Atleti away from home. And a very tactical first leg ended with Carlo getting what he wished for in front of a very loud Atleti fans, which ended Atleti's 4-game winning streak against Madrid. Madrid then hosted Atleti in the second leg a week later, but received not only 1 bad news, not 2, not 3, but 4. Bale and Benzema picked up some injuries just before the game. Marcelo was suspended and Luka's fitness didn't allow him to be healthy. So all 4 players missed out, which meant Madrid was forced to play loan signing Chicharito and Pepe in the midfield. Madrid took control of the first half with several chances before Ronaldo had an excellent chance at the end of the first half inside the box, but his attempt was saved very well by Oblak. Madrid continued in the second half with Isco taking a complete control of the game with the absence of Luka Modric, taking people on and creating. He created another one for Chicharito, who was very lively up front, but his chance went wide. Madrid kept pressuring and Atleti was happy to play second best, as they knew 1 away goal would pretty much be enough before Ronaldo decided to say, okay, let's zone in. some excellent individual play and a great 1-2 with James managed to set up Chicharito inside the box, and the loan signing finished it, and Madrid finally led. Madrid held on and managed to pick up the first victory over Atleti this season, and what an important victory as they qualified to the semi-final to face Juventus, Madrid's 5th consecutive semi-final appearance in 5 years. And the preparation for Juventus wasn't what Madrid was hoping for. Benzema had been ruled out for the first leg, alongside Luka Modric, who still wasn't healthy, and his injury was getting worse and worse. And similar to Atleti, Carlo was forced to play Ramos in the midfield to provide more stability and cover defensively, as the midfield trio of James, Cruz and Isco was too open. The game didn't start well. A shot from Tevez was denied very poorly from Casillas, and the rebound landed to Morata. Another mistake from Sandika, not his first or second or third this season. Madrid didn't crumble and played that game, and a well-designed play on the right-hand side between Carvajal and James set Ronaldo wide open inside the box, and the Portuguese equalised late in the first half, an important away goal. Madrid was close in getting a second towards the end of the first half. Isco managed to deliver a cross inside the box to James, who was wide open, but his attempt hit the crossbar. A glorious opportunity for Madrid to get the second. Second half started and Tevez was leading a 2 versus 1 counter-attack before getting tripped inside the box from Danny. A very poor, clumsy decision from Carvajal allowed Juve to get the penalty, and Tevez scored to make it 2-1. Goal killed Madrid completely, as the momentum seems to have ended and they never recovered the way they should have. Madrid was lucky to keep the 2-1 at the end, a result which on paper isn't as bad, but crucial big moments will be remembered. A story of Madrid's season. The miss from James will be looked at as a what-if moment if Madrid don't progress next week. Madrid then received some positive news out of the second leg. Benzema felt better than having Ramos in the midfield. Madrid started very well, and Benzema had a chance after just 5 minutes, but his attempt went wide. 10 minutes later, James was fouled inside the box from Chiellini, and Madrid got the breakthrough. Ronaldo stepped up, and was anyone in doubt? 1-0 to Madrid, and Madrid would now qualify due to away goals. And then, the 28th minute, Madrid was 3 versus 2. Benzema found Ronaldo, who fake shot and had a wide open chance to find his shot, but decided to cross it when he was meters away from a goal. A decision that till today baffles not needed at all. Madrid kept creating, attacking, with chances from Benzema, Ronaldo, Bale, but Madrid was very wasteful, and the half ended 1-0. Second half started as expected, Juventus attacking as they needed to grab their goal, and in the 57th minute they did exactly that. A scramble inside the box and a poor man marking and awareness from Toni Kroos found Morata, and the former Madrid player scored in back-to-back games, and Juventus got that goal. 1-1. And Ronaldo's delivery seemed to have found Bale, who was man-marked by a smaller Evra, and once again an excellent chance, but his header went wide. A bad miss, and from there Madrid could not find their second. Juve managed to hold on, and Madrid went out at home. Another semi-final exit, their 4th in 5 years. A season which had so much promise ended with a complete disappointment, except for one person, Ronaldo, who broke numbers and record, but it wasn't enough. The fastest player ever to reach 20 league goals after just 12 games. The most hat-tricks in a season with 8, but won La Liga top score with 48 goals. He ended the season with 61 goals, 21 assists in 54 appearances. If you want to search for a letdown of a season, a team letting down a player, then search Ronaldo 14-15. But why was he let down? Madrid's season was defined for a lot of things. Looking back at it, it's easy to put the blames. Injuries is always to blame. Madrid's key and crucial players got injured when they needed them the most. But every team goes through injuries, and one thing to avoid injuries is rotation, which Carlo barely made from September to January. Hence why the players was mentally drained and physically drained throughout the season. So Carlo was perhaps at fault for that. But for me, looking back at the season and rewatching most of the games, Madrid's season will go down as not being clutch enough and a very simple what if. What if they scored against Valencia when Bale had a 2-1 chance to score it to Benzema but decided to shoot? What if Jesse scored a sitter against Villarreal and the lead for the league would have still been 4 points? What if Ronaldo never touched Benzema's cross to Bale and Madrid would be leading the Clásico 2-1? But the biggest what if James scored against Juve in the first half when he was wide open with his header, or Ronaldo in the second leg needed to be selfish but decided to cross it when he was in a better position to score. And Perez responded with the most Perez of ways and decided to sack Carlo, a decision which wasn't taken well within the Madrid team. Benitez was hired, and if you thought 14-15 had a lot of drama, then boy oh boy, the 15-16 was Hollywood and Bollywood combined. Guys, this is the end, and thank you for watching. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and comment your thoughts of the video. And if you want more similar mini type documentaries for other teams or other seasons, just put it down in the comments. Until next time, peace.